So I finally got my hands on a pair of these. This is the Air Jordan 2 Chicago colorway, which is kind of the one that I think most of us were excited to see and get. Anyways, these dropped so late in the year, they didn't make a lot of people's top 10 lists because of it, I believe. But we have the OG color blocking of the Air Jordan 2 in, again, that Chicago vibe, which is probably the most popular version of the Air Jordan 2, color blocking wise at least, that we could even ask for. So these ended up selling out. I was actually surprised to see that considering the end of the year, but maybe we'll see lots and lots of restocks of these through 2023. But leave a comment in the comment section. Did you guys hit on a pair of the Chicago Air Jordan 2s or not? Or was it something that you wanted to get, you missed out on? I'm curious to see what you guys say. I actually struck out on sneakers. I think I got this pair from Finish Line or something like that, but I literally struck out everywhere else. So the fact that I got one pair of them, I'm happy to actually get and do a video for you guys. And I guess we'll go ahead and take a look and see what we got. First things first, it does say made in Vietnam on the box. I don't know if that's where the shoes are actually made or just the box. But it does say Air Jordan 2 Retro, white, varsity red, black. And they don't have the price tags associated on the boxes anymore. I think that they strategically removed them, it seems like, for most of the boxes from Nike and Jordan brand and stuff. Maybe it's so they can adjust the price points in case they're afraid that the higher price points are going to flop. We'll see, I guess, as the year goes on and what the price points are going to be. I don't actually remember what these cost retail. I believe they were $200, but I'll have to look them up and just to double check. Any which way, it does come with this little booklet, which I'm happy to see makes a return. We saw in a couple other pairs here and there that they had this, and it does have the Nike Air information on here, as well as the Air Jordan design information, and then it does have a couple of different languages in here as well. I'm going to go ahead and break down the shoe from what we have in the material, because this is actually pretty cool that they included it. So it says Nike has spent years perfecting the air sole in running shoes. Now major technology breakthroughs are allowing larger, more flexible and stable Nike Air cushioning systems in shoes for all activities. Nike's patented air sole cushioning systems never compact, always bringing back to the original shape after a step or a jump. The Nike air sole contains a special gas which is pressurized inside tough, flexible, elastic urethane skin. The way an air sole provides cushioning is simple. It eases the foot down to a soft landing. When the foot crashes into the ground while running and jumping and walking, an air sole deflects like a trampoline, reducing shock. Cushioning is necessary in athletic shoes for protection and from shock-related injuries to the bones and tendons and muscles of the foot and lower leg. A better cushioned shoe can also reduce the muscular energy used to lower the body to the ground with each step or jump. Biomechanical tests enable Nike to adjust the pressure and the gas inside the air sole for optimum cushioning and stability, given the activity's shoe size and model. The Air Jordan provides better cushioning because it has a Nike Air wedge encapsulated in a stock-filled PU midsole. Better fit and stability because of a new research-based Jordan Last. Lighter weight because of the rubber used for the outsole is placed only where it is needed for traction and durability. Among all athletes, basketball players place the greatest demand on their footwear. In the course of the game, he makes lateral cuts while going full speed and lands from jumps with force up to 10 times his body weight. This shoe has the best cushioning on the market to reduce the effects of landing forces generated while jumping and running. The upper has performance leather for strength and comfort with no break-in required. Speed lacing provides quick and even fit adjustment. And it goes over the heel counter, the sock liner, the heel air sole, the midsole, and the outsole. And it does have a nice little breakdown on a sheet of paper. And honestly, reading the material makes you go, dude, these things are going to be amazing on court. But then you get them in hand and you know you're really dealing with archaic technology that is no longer relevant in today's basketball courts. But it does have a good read, and I do appreciate that. Any which way, you have the Air Jordan 2. Looks very similar to the Nike Air Python, which is another model from Nike. So I did a video a long time ago comparing the Nike Python and the Air Jordan 2. And again, fundamentally, it looks very similar, sort of like the Nike Dunk and the Air Jordan 1. You have the Air Jordan Wings logo on the tongue and then the Nike logo on the back. You don't have any Nike swooshes on the shoe. They removed that on the second version of the Air Jordan 2. Now, back in the day, the originals had Italian leather for the uppers, and I don't think this is Italian leather. It's just average Air Jordan leather, if you ask me. Jordan leather is not the pinnacle of leather for the most part. It's usually very cheap looking, and it has a polyurethane layer over top of the leather to make it look just more uniform and McDonald's like, as I always call it, like McDonald's leather, because every Big Mac you get is going to look the same no matter what state you go to. The Air Jordan 2s are not going to have all of the dimples and just the overall effect of what leather should actually look like. It's going to be smoothed out and look more generic because of the PU coating over top of the shoe. And if you look at the cut of leather around the toe of the shoe, it looks a little bit thin. So do with it what you will. At the end of the day, it's not a bad looking shoe though. It is the Air Jordan 2. It is in the original Air Jordan 2 Chicago color, which is probably the best colorway of the Air Jordan 2, at least in the OG forms. The white and red colorway was another one that was okay that Virgil used for the low top version, but this is the most iconic pair of Air Jordan 2s. Now the Air Jordan 2 has gone through the ringer in 2022. You've seen a lot of different colorways come and go, a lot of different collaborations that were meant to bring hype behind the Air Jordan 2 model. And I don't know if it really worked. I feel like it kind of almost backfired because a lot of the models are sitting close to retail, if not under, depending on the colorway that you're trying to get. Some of them have an elevated price point, but they're not that high in comparison to other models from the Air Jordans and like the collaborators like Union, as an example. The Union Air Jordan 1s are sitting at like $1,500. The Union Air Jordan 4s are a little bit above retail as well, depending on the colorway. And then you have the Union Air Jordan 2s, which are not sitting super high over retail. But I do feel like the Air Jordan 2 in this colorway is definitely one of the shoes that I think a lot of people should have. I had this one back when they retroed the last time. When I did a mass purge in my sneaker collection, I got rid of them, knowing that they would come back out, hopefully in better form. And I'd say that they're decent, they're good. I'm sure that there's other channels out there that will say that this the shape is great and the materials are great and everything else. I'm not really the expert on the shape as well as the materials. Overall, I think it's an okay build. It doesn't feel like it's anything overly premium or anything like that. If you have these comparison to like the Imam and Yer 2s, I feel like those are a lot more premium feeling than these, but you know, sometimes collaborations can have more premium feel because they're making them in much lower volume than like the pair of the Air Jordan 2s in a GR like this one. I do like the Jordan 2 box with the Wings logo. I think it looks cool. And I do like to see some Jordan 2 retros coming out. It'll be interesting to see what Jordan Brand does with the Air Jordan 2 in 2023. Is it something that we're going to see a lot more of or not? Is it going to be more well received or not? And I think at the end of the day, if you like the Air Jordan 2 model, then it's an opportunity because now you're having lots and lots of different opportunities of the Air Jordan 2, different colorways, different materials, original forms, and so on that you have your opportunity to be able to get. And I think that's a fantastic thing. I don't think by having more options, it can really be a bad thing for the consumer in the end, unless you're built on hype and hype alone. And that's why I really don't build everything only on hype. Hype is one of those things where it's there until it's not, right? Like, so you can have like this shoe be worth $500, $1,000, and then maybe it's not worth anything all of a sudden because they retro it again or, you know, whatever reason. I think if you're not worried about the hype, you can get some things more on sale for lower prices than even retail. And in some cases, you'll get higher quality stuff at a lower price. And I mean, you can't beat that. I always like finding a good bargain out there. I don't think this is one of the ones that you're going to find the bargains on though, because it is, again, the OG colorway. And a lot of people have been excited for this colorway. Some people have just been waiting probably to be able to buy this colorway versus some of the lackluster collabs that we've seen. But at the end of the day, is this a purchase for you or not? Leave a comment in the comment section. I would say that it's a welcome pair in the collection, but I've gotten so many pairs of Air Jordan 2s this last year because they've released so many pairs of them. I don't know where it's going to fit in my wearability lineup because I do like the Imam and Yer 2s. I do have the Union 2s. I do have a couple other pairs as well as the off-white lows, but I feel like it's a welcome addition. It's just one of those pairs that I might put on ice for a little bit as other people wear in their pairs now. And then like in 2 or 3 years, I'll break them out and be like, oh yeah, like those are the ones that dropped a handful of years ago. And I'll be happy that I still own one pair of them. Happy that I got one. But leave a comment in the comment section. What do you guys think, again, of the Air Jordan 2? Where is it going to go in 2023? Did you guys cop the Chicagos or not? Leave a comment, let me know. I feel like the Air Jordan 2 is definitely underappreciated when it comes to the lineage of the Air Jordan line. But it's also one of the ones where there's lots of competition. The Air Jordan 1's excellent. The 3s, the 4s, and 5s are all excellent as well. But that's a good problem to have again, and I'm happy that Jordan Brand's bringing back a variety of different pairs, and we'll see what ends up happening with the 2s in the next year. But have a good one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for stopping by and watching. Hopefully we'll see you back for some more content. All right, peace, guys.